So hi everyone, welcome to the session on signals and systems. So in this class we are going to discuss the various properties of the Fourier series. So we are going to discuss various properties of the Fourier series. So we have almost 12 properties. So this topic is also very important for the examination point of view. Essay questions came on this topic. So like state and prove any 3 or 4 properties of the Fourier series. So like that the questions are asking in the examination. State and prove any 3 or 4 properties of the Fourier series. We have almost 12 to 13 properties are there. So we will discuss all the properties. So one by one. So before prove the various properties of the Fourier series, so one must know the complex exponential Fourier series. So one must know the complex exponential Fourier series expansion. So what is complex exponential Fourier series expansion? So any periodic signal is expressed in terms of the exponential functions. If a periodic signal expressed in terms of the exponential functions, that is your complex exponential Fourier series representation. So using this, f of t is expressed like this: sigma n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So cn e power jn omega naught t. So jn omega naught t. So this is the definition of complex exponential Fourier series expansion. So in order to prove each and every property of the Fourier series, one must know the definition of complex exponential Fourier series. So which is the second type of Fourier series expansion. The first one is trigonometric Fourier series expansion. In that we express the f of t in terms of the sine and cosine functions. That is our trigonometric Fourier series expansion. So the second type is complex exponential Fourier series expansion. So in this your signal f of t is expressed in terms of the exponential functions. E power j n omega naught t is nothing but your complex exponential function. So we have to express f of t in terms of the complex exponential functions. So this type of representation is called complex exponential Fourier series expansion. Complex exponential Fourier series expansion. So here this is a synthesis equation similar to trigonometric Fourier series expansion. Each and every expansion is having two equations. One is the synthesis equation, another one is the analysis equation. So here what is the analysis equation? Finding your Cn. Cn is very important. So this Cn is called complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. So this Cn is called complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. Similar to trigonometric Fourier series expansion, what are the Fourier series coefficients there? A0, An and Bn are the Fourier series coefficients. So similar to trigonometric, here also in complex exponential Fourier series expansion, your Cn is nothing but your complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. How can you find this Cn? So using this formula we find this Cn. So 1 by t integral 0 to t, where t is the time period of the given signal f of t. Always remember the integral limits are from 0 to t. From 0 to t, where t is the time period of the given signal. So how can you define Cn? Cn is f of t into e power minus j n omega naught t dt. So this is the formula to calculate the Cn. So this calculation of Cn is nothing but analysis equation. So analysis equation. This equation is called analysis. So in the case of trigonometric Fourier series expansion, we have three analysis equations. That is finding A0, An and Bn. So for A0 we are using one formula. For Ban we are using one formula. For Bn we are using another formula. Like that we have three equations. Those three equations are called analysis equations. So after finding a naught, an and bn, we need to substitute in the synthesis equation. So that is your f of t. Here also, after finding this cn is very important, which is your complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. So this is your analysis equation in the case of complex exponential Fourier series. So after finding cn using this formula, we need to substitute cn in this equation of f of t, so that we will get the function f of t in terms of the Fourier series coefficient and frequency, which is your synthesis equation. So this is about the complex exponential Fourier series expansion. So before going to prove each and every property of the Fourier series, one must know the complex exponential Fourier series, because on this using this only we are going to prove each and every property of the Fourier series. So remember this equation. This equation is very important equation, complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. Based on this equation only we are going to prove each and every property of the Fourier series. This is your Cn, complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. You should remember these formulas. Signals and systems, you have to remember lot of the formulas, because it is a basic tool. So using these formulas we are going to analyze each and every subject in your electrical engineering. We are analyzing a network analysis, we are analyzing control systems, we are analyzing power electronics using the formulas given in the signals and systems. Signals and systems is the basic tool, so that we will remember all the lot of formulas in this subject. So Cn is complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. So this is the formula how we are going to calculate the Cn. 1 by t here, t is the time period of the f of t. Your signal is f of t, time period of your signal capital T. Omega naught is the angular frequency, so which is your 2 pi by t. So fundamental angular frequency, that is your omega naught in this formula, clearly observe. So while doing the integration you need to consider 0 to t, always 0 to t. The integration limits are always t. So if you subtract the lower limit from the upper limit, that means t minus 0, you always get the time period. So like that you can take the limits, you can take any of the limits, or you can take minus t by 2 to t by 2. So like that also you can take the limits. So only thing is we have to get the integration over the time period t, So that is the very important observation. So you need to do the integration over the time range, over the time period, that is 0 to t. Always if you subtract the lower limit from the upper limit, you should always get the time period in this expression. So like that you can take the limits, So this is your basic formula to derive the properties of the Fourier series. So you should keep in mind this formula. Cn is complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. T is time period, omega naught is fundamental angular frequency. So based on this we are going to prove each and every property of the Fourier series. We have almost 12 properties are there, we will discuss all the properties one by one. The first property is very important. In the examination essay question came on this topic. So like this they are asking state and prove any three properties of the Fourier series. State and prove any three properties of the Fourier series. So like that they are giving the essay questions on this topic, or they clearly mentioned state the following properties of the Fourier series, like that they are asking. Therefore we need to learn all the 12 properties of the Fourier series. It is compulsory. So in the examination question is given like this: state any three properties. So in that you can choose any of the three properties among the 12 properties. Otherwise if they ask state and prove the following properties of the Fourier series, so if they are asking, you can straight away learn all the 12 properties. Otherwise you cannot go for the proofs. If you want to you can learn all the properties. So the first property is a linearity property. So linearity, some properties are very easy to understand. So linearity property, this is first property. State and prove linearity property of the Fourier series. One more thing is, if you learn the properties of the Fourier series, so for other transformations like Fourier transforms, there also we are going to prove several properties of the Fourier transforms. So in the Laplace transforms, in the Z transforms, so we have all these transforms. We are going to prove various properties of the transformations. So if you learn the Fourier properties of the Fourier series, same properties we will discuss in the Fourier transforms also. Same properties we will discuss Fourier transforms also. Therefore you need to pay attention while proving the properties of the Fourier series. Same properties will came in the Fourier transforms, in the Laplace transforms, in the Z transforms also. Therefore you need to focus more on the Fourier series. If you learn the Fourier series, remaining transformations properties are very easy to understand. The first one is linearity property. First statement is, let us consider two signals. So x1 of t. We are going to discuss only continuous time domain for the Fourier transforms, continuous time Fourier series. So let us consider two signals, x1 of t or x2 of t, or f1 of t or f2 of t. So like that you can take two signals. So for x1 of t, to prove linearity property of the Fourier series, you have to consider two signals which are in time domain. x1 of t and x2 of t are the two signals I considered. So for x1 of t, you can write like this. So for x1 of t, the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is, let us consider C1n. So like this you need to consider. So I already told you, if f of t is a function, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. So we calculate Cn using this formula. So if x1 of t is the signal given to you, and its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is C1n. That means what? So your x1 of t is expressed in terms of the Fourier series expansion like this: C1n e power jn omega naught t. So this is your complex exponential Fourier series representation of your signal x1 of t. So for our signal x1 of t, C1n is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. So how can you define here C1n? C1n is equal to, how can you define C1n? C1n is equal to 1 by t. T is the time period of x1 of t. So C1n is equal to 1 by t. So integral 0 to t. Here your signal is x1 of t. So x1 of t. So e power minus j n omega naught t dt. So this is your C1n. So to prove the linearity property, clearly observe here. So we consider two signals. One is x1 of t, another one is x2 of t. I consider two signals. Now the statement I can write here. So if x1 of t is a continuous time periodic signal, for this the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is C1n. C1n is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x1 of t. Like this. This is the base equation. This is the complex exponential Fourier series representation of a periodic signal f of t. So instead of f of t, here I consider two signals, x1 of t and x2 of t. You can consider f1 of t and f2 of t also. So you can take any two signals which are in continuous time domain, and are periodic signals. So I consider x1 of t and x2 of t. Here x1 of t is a periodic signal with the time period is capital T. For this periodic signal, the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is C1n. C1n is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x1 of t. how can you represent x1 of t in terms of the complex exponential Fourier series? So this is the representation. x1 of t is equal to sigma n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity c1n e power jn omega naught t. Here c1n is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x1 of t. How can you define c1n? So this is the definition of c1n. This is the definition of c1n. So like that, so we consider the second signal. So second signal is x2 of t. For x2 of t, the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c2n. So we consider two signals, x1 of t and x2 of t. For x1 of t, c1n is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient, and for x2 of t, the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c2n. That means what? So your x2 of t is a periodic signal. Here x2 of t is also a periodic signal with the same time period. I considered t is the time period of your x2 of t. How can you represent x2 of t in terms of the complex exponential Fourier series expansion? It is sigma n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity c2n e power jn omega naught t. So this is the representation of your x2 of t using the complex exponential Fourier series expansion. Using the complex exponential Fourier series expansion. Here c2n is what? The complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x2 of t. How can you define c2n? So c2n is what? 1 by t, because I consider the same signal with time period t. So your 0 to t, so your x2 of t, so x2 of t e power minus j for minus jn omega naught t dt. So that is your c2n. That is your c2n. To prove the linearity property, I consider two signals. One is x1 of t and another one is x2 of t. I represent x1 of t and x2 of t in terms of the complex exponential Fourier series expansion. So I already told you at the beginning what is the representation of complex exponential Fourier series. This is the representation of any periodic signal in terms of the complex exponential Fourier series expansion. Complex Fourier series expansion is nothing but if you represent f of t in terms of the complex exponential function like e power jn omega naught t, that representation is complex exponential Fourier series. Here cn is very important, which is complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. So if you find cn and substitute cn in this equation, you will get f of t, which is your required signal in terms of the Fourier series coefficient and in terms of the frequency components, so that we will get the synthesis equation. So this is your analysis equation. This is the base to prove any property of the Fourier series. So to prove the linearity, I consider two signals, x1 of t and x2 of t, or you can consider f1 of t and f2 of t, like that. So here x1 of t is a periodic signal with time period is t. Its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c1n. Here c1n is, this is the definition of c1n. That is the definition of c1n. And how can you express x1 of t in terms of c1n? So this is the expression of x1 of t in terms of c1n. So this equation is not required. This equation is required to prove the property. Next, x2 of t is the periodic signal with the time period is t, and its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c2n. How can we express x2 of t in terms of c2n? So this is the expression. Next, how can you define the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient c2n, so which is equal to 1 by t integral 0 to t. Here I consider the time period t, because x2 of t is having a periodic signal with the same period as that of the signal 1. So that I can consider here 0 to t. So x2 of t into e power minus jn omega naught t. So if x1 of t is having c1n and x2 of t is having c2n, then the linearity property states that the linear combination of your x1 of t and x2 of t, So this is the linear combination of beta x2 of t. So this is the linear combination of the signal, linear combination of x1 of t and x2 of t. Linear combination is nothing but addition of two signals with some weights associated. X1 of t weight is alpha, x2 of t weight is beta. That is the linear combination. So if I take that signal, now what is my Fourier series complex exponential Fourier series coefficient for this? So this is the statement. So listen carefully this statement. X1 of t and x2 of t. X1 of t is given, its Fourier complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is C1n, and x2 of t is given, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is C2n. Then the linearity property states that what is the Fourier complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of the linear combination of the two signals, So like this, alpha x1 of t plus beta x2 of t. So what is its Fourier complex exponential Fourier series coefficient? Now how can you take Cn? Already you know how to calculate the Cn. So Cn is always calculated using this formula. So instead of f of t here, you need to substitute this entire signal. Now what is your Cn? Your Cn is now what is the time period of your Cn? I already told you how to calculate the time period of the compositive functions. So here the time period of x1 of t is t. Here also x2 of t time period is t. Now what is the time period of your total signal? Your total signal time period is what? So LCM of, so I already told you the procedure, LCM of t comma t. So LCM of t comma t is what? Capital T only. So whenever the signal consists of the multiple functions, compositive function, so in that case you need to calculate the time period of individual signals first. So first I calculate the time period of x1 of t, which is your t. x2 of t is time period is capital T. How can you calculate the total function time period, which is the LCM of capital T comma t. LCM of capital T comma t. So LCM of t comma t is what? So t. So the linear combination of your two signals time period is also capital T only. Now how can you calculate the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient? For this, already you know the formula. So what is the formula? Here Cn is what? Cn is equal to 1 by t, so integral 0 to t. So your signal is a linear combination of, so x1 of t plus, so beta times, so x2 of t. So that is your signal now. So into e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So this is your Cn, complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. That is your Cn. We need to find the Cn for the linear combination of the two inputs. I consider the linear combination of the two inputs as alpha times x1 of t plus beta times x2 of t. For the linear combination of the two signals, what is my complex exponential Fourier series coefficient? That is your linearity property. Cn is what? How can you find complex exponential Fourier series coefficient? Using this formula. Here instead of f of t, we have the linear combination of the two input signal. Therefore I substitute, instead of x of t, I substitute the linear combination of the two signals, and the time period is same. So I will write here your Cn is So listen carefully. Cn, we need to find the Cn value. Cn is what? 1 by t. So integral 0 to t, because for Cn also the time period is capital T only, 0 to t. Here alpha times, so x1 of t plus beta times x2 of t into, so into e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So this is your complex exponential Fourier series coefficient, which is Cn, for the linear combination of the two inputs. Now I split the above equation like this. So alpha times 1 by t. So alpha is a constant. So I will bring out the constant outside. So integral 0 to t. So x1 of t. Here into e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So I will bring out the alpha here outside like this, plus next I will bring out the beta. So and write here 1 by t. So integral 0 to t. So your x2 of t e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So this is the expression we will get Cn. Now modify the Cn. So alpha times, so what is the entire expression? So what is this entire expression? This entire expression is nothing but the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of your x1 of t, that is your C1n, plus beta times. Now what is the entire expression? So 1 by t integral 0 to t x2 of t into e power minus jn omega naught t dt is what? The complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of the second signal. So this is your linearity property. So when you consider the linear combination of the two signals, so at the output also will get the linear combination of the complex exponential Fourier series coefficients of the signals x1 of t and x2 of t. This is alpha times c1n plus beta times c2n. So that means what? If so x1 of t is a periodic signal with period t, is having the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient c1n, and so x2 of t, so is another periodic signal with the same time period t, and its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c2n, then the linearity property states that the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of the linear combination of the two signals, that is alpha times x1 of t plus beta times x2 of t, is alpha times c1n plus beta times c2n, which is your Cn. So this is the property of the linearity Fourier series. This is very important. Linearity property is very important. So it is also very easy. This is the statement of linearity. So if x1 of t is periodic signal with time period t, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c1n, and x2 of t is another periodic signal with same period time t, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is c2n. Now if you consider the linear combination of the two signals, that is alpha into x1 of t plus beta into x2 of t, then the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of the linear combination of the two signals is alpha times c1n plus beta times c2n, which is nothing but the linear combination of the complex exponential Fourier series coefficients of the two signals. Like that we will get the output alpha times c1n plus beta times c2n. So that is the linearity property of the Fourier series. So next property, we will go to the next property, so which is conjugation property. So these properties are very important. So in the examination, so essay question came on this topic. So conjugation property. So this is conjugation property. So what is the statement for conjugation property? So if x of t is a periodic signal, so this is a periodic signal with the time period t is given, so its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. Cn is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x of t. Then so what is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x conjugate of t, x conjugate of t? So let us consider this is Cn dash. So what is your Cn dash? That is your conjugation property. That is your conjugation property. So conjugation property is, if x of t is a periodic signal with the time period is t, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. Here Cn is what? Cn is equal to 1 by t integral 0 to t, see your signal x of t into e power minus jn omega naught t dt. You need to remember this formula Cn, that is your complex Fourier series coefficient Cn. So if x of t is a periodic signal with the time period t, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn, then the conjugation property states that the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of the conjugate of the signal, given signal x of t is Cn dash. Now what is your Cn dash? That is the property of the conjugation. That is the property of the conjugation. We need to find this Cn dash. We need to find this Cn dash. So already you know Cn. So Cn already you know. You have to take both sides conjugate, apply conjugate both sides to find your Cn dash. We need to find the complex conjugate of coefficient of Fourier series coefficient for x conjugate of t. They are asking conjugation property. Therefore, you need to consider the conjugate of your x of t. What is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of your conjugate of x of t, which is your Cn dash, which is your Cn dash. Now we have to find this Cn dash. For that we consider Cn. This equation already you know. So you apply conjugate both sides for this equation. So if we apply conjugate both sides, so Cn conjugate, so 1 by t integral 0 to t, so x of t e power minus jn omega naught t dt whole conjugate. You just consider the conjugate on both sides of the your Cn, both sides of the your Cn equation. Now what we will get? Cn conjugate, your Cn conjugate is equal to, so 1 by t, so 1 by t integral 0 to t, time period is same, so x conjugate of t here, to take conjugate inside, so x conjugate of t, what is e power minus jn omega naught t conjugate? So it is e power jn omega naught t dt. So that is the expression we got. So e power minus jx conjugate is e power jx. So this is the conjugate of e power minus jx. So e power minus j n omega naught t whole conjugate is what? E power j n omega naught t. But if we observe the Cn expression, here we have minus jn, but here we have only plus jn. So what we will going to do is, here replace n by minus n both sides, so that we will get the expression C minus n conjugate, time reversal operation, C minus n conjugate is equal to 1 by t, so integral 0 to t, here x conjugate of t into e power, so minus j n omega naught t dt. So this is the time reversal operation. We just replace n by minus n, so that we will get C minus n conjugate is equal to 1 by t times integral 0 to t x conjugate of t e power minus jn omega naught t dt. Now this is of the form Cn. Now Cn is what? The complex conjugate of x of t. Your Cn is nothing but the Fourier series coefficient, complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of your x of t. Now for x conjugate of t, what is your complex conjugate? Fourier series coefficient C minus n conjugate. Observe here clearly, for x of t, Cn is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient. If the signal is x of t, its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn. Now if the signal is x conjugate of t, what is its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient? It is C minus n conjugate. That means Cn dash is what? C minus n conjugate. This is your Cn dash. So this is your statement. If x of t is a periodic signal with time period t and its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is Cn, then what is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of x conjugate of t? Its complex exponential Fourier series coefficient is C minus n conjugate. C minus n conjugate is the complex exponential Fourier series coefficient of your signal x conjugate of t. To prove this, we considered Cn equation. We apply both sides the conjugate, apply the both sides conjugate, so that we will get Cn conjugate is equal to like this. So we have the formula of Cn. So in the formula of Cn we have e power minus jn omega naught t. So to get this expression, we just do the time reversal operation. That means n is replaced by minus n in the n domain. So if I replace n by minus n, I got C minus n conjugate, which is equal to 1 by t integral 0 to t x conjugate of t into e power minus jn omega naught t dt. So this is your complex conjugate Fourier series coefficient of x conjugate of t. So I stopped today's class. So this is all for this class. We'll discuss the remaining properties in the next class. See you all.